Visit 815 here, back from my trial run of holster I made. Now, just so you know, I went out with the flannel like such, but the undershirt was actually untucked. But so I could show it to you, I tucked it into my pants, so you'd have to see my lovely gut by itself when I showed up my holster there. Made it myself. This is a regular belt, nothing fancy. Doesn't need a strong gun belt for this little pistol, but would have liked a little bit more handle area. I anticipated this to come out just a little bit more, but if I would have moved this loop a little bit further out, I would have done so. So I'll just move this hole a little bit over this way. But good retention on it. Fits the pistol nicely. And with the outside the waistband, really does a great job. I'm going to go ahead and untuck my undershirt real quick. Alright, so this is how I was wearing it. Even without the cover garment, even when I pull it tight, pistol's right there, really, so you can see it, really doesn't show up very much. And it's high, and it's on, I put it on the hip there, so it sits right in the back. But honestly, I can also, so like this is 3 o'clock, so it's up between 3 and maybe 3:15, so more or less 3 o'clock. It really disappears on the side, and when I put my cover garment over, totally gone. You had an easy enough access where I could just pull up, and I'm going a little bit slower so not to show you my gut, you don't need to see that. But I can get a decent purchase on it. Now when I grab it, it's really snug. When I usually pull this pistol out, I have got my thumb over the top. I only get 2 fingers there because there's not a room for a third anyway. Pull it out, and then it rotates around. And this one it looks like a teacup just because it's so small, but it's in front of the hand, rotates over. But a good pistol. Now, the thing is, when it comes to reholstering with this one, if you can see that, it does go in. I do put one finger here on the bottom ridge, one in the back, and push. It's nice and snug in there with the stitching I did. Fits nice and snug and peeks out just the bottom ever so lightly. Next time I do it, I might do it all the way down. It's a little bit longer to cover the tip, but that way if you see it, it looks more like a knife sheath or a cell phone case. But overall, really nice having it there. It's like I kept on thinking, oh, why did I leave the house and not carry? But when it's outside the waistband, I just forget it's there. It just feels so much more comfortable. But it's right where I would expect it to be. Inside the waistband, it's usually about 4:30, 4 o'clock. When it's outside the waistband, it's generally 3 o'clock. Unless it's a bigger pistol, then I have to kind of cheat it back. But anyway, purpose of this, one, to see if the holster would work. I wear it around the house, so I knew it should. But it's something about when you take it really out in the world that you get a better feel for it. Works great. A couple little improvements I'm going to, again, elongate the place back here, so that way I can get a little bit easier finger. My middle finger couldn't really get it far enough around that I wanted to. Maybe I'll lift it up a little higher. I'll take the leather and I'll just kind of take a little bit more leather so the pistol sits right about here. So I could drop from here as opposed to down there. I can work with that. And I'll probably close the bottom. But otherwise, it's really nice to have it outside the waistband. And even if I do button my shirt, it conceals very nicely. Either way, and again, I could do it with just a t-shirt. Be nice when my diet plan kicks in, but until then. So, again, I'm twisting, putting this hip out, and I'm pushing down. And even then, so I'm going to try to show you. It really does kind of mask the outline. I mean, you see it's a pistol there, but I'm literally pulling it as hard as I can. And the shadows are helping you. So when the shirt's just loose, it's not even like baggy. I mean, the gut keeps it snug enough. But it sits back there, and you really don't know if this is a cell phone or whatnot. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching. Out. Thought I'd give you a look at it, what it looks like outside the pants. Again, contoured. Didn't get a lot of detail in there, but I wasn't really trying to. This is one of my first ones. Again, this isn't for when I wear my more tactical carry belts, but for just a regular dress belt for the light pistol. Fits in there nice. It's a leather belt, but it's nothing special. Early on, so my stitching's not as good. A little bit more crude. The holes are a lot more crude. But it gets the job for an outside the waistband. when I made it, it was more or less flat, and as you can see there, it's kind of contoured from wear to the angle from today. You can see how it kind of sits. There's a profile of it. Again, you can't be shot through the camera, so I don't feel any concern pointing this at you because it's not really pointed at you. But so it contoured the body nicely. Really pleased with it. But as you can see here, see how that I'm talking about? This finger can get in here well enough, but this big finger. So if I just contour it so the pistol sits, see how it kind of comes out like right about. Well, I can't. It's going to be a little pinched, but right about here. So I can get my fingers in there easy. See how that works? So just grab. So the new design, if I just close it here, then it'll be closed in the bottom, look more like a cell phone or knife sheath, and I'll just extend this piece. So this piece will go higher, this will go further out, and I'll be able to better see it and actually hold it up higher, so it actually, in theory, be even less visible. But we'll have to see what that looks like when I do it. But that's see how that much, a way preferable grip angle to have it that much of a grip. Anyway, here's what it looks like being pulled out. Again, I don't have a belt here, so it goes in easy enough. There you go. I like the simple black leather sheen. It kind of makes it disappear. Looks like a cell phone case or any other case. Alright. Early edition, poor stitching, what can you do? But it's good enough for a prototype, eh?